Not your average tabletop. Woohoo!
Welcome to Not Trevor's Tabletop. I'm Zach,
And I'm Pepper.
and today we are reacting to, and I think we'll be making some picks to the 19th annual Golden Geek Awards. The nominees were just announced for 2024. For some reason, I almost said 2025, but this is for the previous year, so that makes sense. I don't, I did not end up doing any nominee. I think you could nominate up until obviously I think this point. So I think it was based on some sort of nominations, probably whoever got the most, top however many. We haven't actually looked at any of these, so we'll see how many we've actually played, if any. And I think we looked at this last year, so I remember there being some categories we did not know much about, and I'm guessing that will be the same case this year. So, uh, the order that we'll go through these in, I think we'll kind of go along with that. We'll start with the ones we probably haven't, and then kind of end with the big game of the year ones that they do.
Yes.
I think they
Yes.
do three. I think they do like a kind of lightweight, medium, and heavy game of the year. So, hopefully, we'll have played some of those. We're hoping and praying.
Yes. And you vote, it seems, until May 4th, until voting time closes. So you have a little bit to get your votes in for this as well. You can read up on the method that they use to determine the winners for based on these ratings, but pretty much you go through the list of 10. Your part is to assign a rating. So number one would be your favorite of the bunch. Number 10 would be your least favorite. They say you can have a same rating if you do believe that they are of equal rating. And there is an option to just have no rating for games you have not played, which we'll have a lot of those. So we might go back and fill those in as no vote after filming this because that'll be a lot of clicking for a lot of
Right.
nothing.
Exactly. So,
Um, But yeah, so you would click on the link here, the board games link, kind of at the first sentence there, and then that will take you to here. You'll have to have an account on Board Game Geek to be able to do this, I believe. And then it'll run you through the instructions again. One is best here. So we're going to start off. We decided to go from the last category of board game app and then work backwards until right before the heavy game of the year. And then we'll go back to the start and then make that our main event. But first off, we have the board game app category. So we have Clank, Code Names, Dune Imperium, Mountain Goats, Mythic Mischief, Point Salad, Pokemon Trading Card Game, Quilts and Cats of Calico, Stone Age Digital, and Summoner Wars Online. I don't think I have played any of these apps, so my vote would be no vote on all 10 of these.
yeah, I've actually played one of these. I have played Dune Imperium on the app,
Okay.
and from my plays of it, it's pretty solid app. So I think it definitely could. I mean, probably give it the one. Uh,
Get the one.
Obviously, it's the only one I've played, but I think it could deserve that. Even if I had played the other ones, I'd probably still rank it pretty high. I feel like Codenames was one that I'd heard some really good things about. I believe it was Codenames. But I have not actually played that one. And I don't remember. Is that Direwolf Digital? I
Yes, I
think they
believe.
tend to do pretty good apps, so I wouldn't be surprised if that one's also pretty good, but I don't know. Don't know about these other ones.
Yeah, I've been interested in Clank Digital because it is one of my favorite games. Uh, as for what I think will win, I really don't know. Like you said, people seem to like Codenames app. Doing Imperium is so popular though, and it might
No.
get it just because that is like a bigger game being brought to digital. It might seem a little more impressive. Um, so yeah, prediction wise, I don't know, but. With our one vote, we are saying Dune Imperium is the best board game
Exactly.
of 2024. And then we move on to the best podcast of 2024. I do not really listen to any board game podcasts, Watch a lot of YouTube videos though. So we have Beyond Solitaire, Blue Peg, Pink Peg, Board Game Barbecue, Board Game Hot Takes, Decision Space, Five Games for Doomsday, Game Brain, a board game podcast about our gaming group, Space Biff, Spacecast, Sporadically Bored with Mike and Dan, and Talk Cardboard. And I barely know anything about anyone involved with any of these. I know you probably have a little more information.
You know Mike Delisio,
I
Mike
know
and
Mike.
Dan Hughes.
I know that one.
Yeah, I don't know too many of these either. I know I've heard the names of a few of them. But yeah, I don't listen to podcasts either that much. Yeah, mostly YouTube videos. But I think it's considered a podcast. I know they were trying to push for it to get nominated, but the Garfield Games Lens and Veil ones, I have actually listened to a few of those, and those are pretty cool, where they kind of deep dive into a game and look at the design space of it and stuff. So, um, I would have put that. That was one that I would have known if it had been on here. So I was hoping that it would get there, get here, so that I could be like, I have listened to that one and it's pretty good. But I'm sure these ones are also all very good. But yeah, I haven't actually listened to any of them. Some of them I think do have YouTube videos too, so
Yeah.
they must have kind of a little bit of everything. Maybe eventually we'll do one, Pepper, and
Yes.
we'll also not get nominated.
Yeah.
People will be like, "Who listens to those fools?"
I'd probably go with this cute one. Beyond Solitaire looks like it has a cute little fox in the logo. That's the one that draws my attention. Plus solo
That
game.
sounds fair.
And then we move on to war games. Oh boy. We've got Arcs, which that is it's root like, right? Is that one of those or not?
I don't remember if it's actually Root like,
Okay, but it's the
but
company.
it's from the company that
From
made
the
Root.
company. Okay.
Yeah.
So we got Arcs, Burning Banners, Dune, War for Arrakis, which that one is like War of the Ring or one of those games. Is that that one?
I
Is that a
think,
different one?
I think
Okay.
maybe.
A Jest of Robin Hood, I, Napoleon, Rebel Fury, Red Dust Rebellion, Tanto Manta, The Rise of Ferdinand and Isabella, 1470 to 1516. That's way too much for a board
I
game
feel like
title.
I feel like I remember the same kind of thing last year. I feel like the titles were a lot worse last year. I feel like there was like five or six of those ones.
Oh, we got another one. We got Undaunted 20 or 2200, Callisto, and then Vijayanagar, the Deccan Empires of Medieval India, 1290 to 1398. I like the cover for Dune, War for Arrakis, so that would get my vote if I were to cast one. And I like the movies a decent amount, and if it is War of the Ring, like I have had interest in that game. That's about all my knowledge of and input on this category.
Yeah, I'd be willing to try that one out as well. I think it's a more expensive game, so I have to I'd probably want to play with someone that knows how to play it, has a copy themselves. I would also be interested in playing Arcs once. Uh, I just remember I was at a convention this year, and some people were playing Arcs, and I don't know anything about the people, how much they knew board games, how they were playing, if they have analysis paralysis or whatnot, but they were playing this all day. Had to be like 8 hours plus, and the I don't know, the people are like, oh, you can come finish it tomorrow or whatever, because I think there was another half day that next day. And they're like, oh, well, we just are getting to the halfway point. And I'm like, oh boy, I don't know. Let me know in the comments below if you've played Arcs. I know it's been a really popular one. Let me know if you think it should take up to 16 hours, because that is what they were suggesting, I think, with their. We've only about halfway, and it's been, yeah, 8 to 10 hours at that point. Um, but then I was trying to get Pepper. I think on Board Game Arena, there's a Just of Robin Hood. I could not get Pepper to play it.
That does look pretty nice. That does look, well, maybe kind Cover
It's all,
looks nice. I
it's all I
mean,
got. It's got
well,
less
it
than a
looks
three
pretty
rating.
good. It looks pretty good.
Pepper, we might try this one. We might try it. I don't know that we actually played any of them last year, the ones that were
Okay.
nominated. So maybe now that it's nominated for this Pepper, maybe I can get you to play it. We can at least try it once, then we can say we've played one of the war games.
Yes. Okay, I am liking that one. I am liking that. We will have to try that.
Okay.
So that
But
will
yeah,
get
otherwise I don't know
technical.
anything about any of them.
Yes. We saw the Napoleon movie, Ridley Scott movie, so that was
That's true. That should give us a good
solid.
leg up.
And then we move on to a thematic game of the year. Seventh Citadel. Okay, so I guess that is this year. I've
Hmm.
been hearing about that one forever. Oh my goodness. Arts, the Dune game again, Endeavor Deep Sea, the Fellowship of the Ring trick-taking game. Let's go to Japan. Lord of the Rings Duel for Middle-earth, Rock Hard 1977, SETI Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, and Unconscious Mind. So I guess I don't know how much we could vote on this. If we haven't played a game, we could possibly still comment on the theming of it. Maybe not how well it's done, but just the theme itself. Not sure the
Yeah.
rules on that.
Yeah, I guess it depends what they mean by thematic game. Because I believe I have not played them, but like SETI and Unconscious Mind, I believe are both pretty heavy Euro games, so I don't know. Euro games don't tend to be that thematic, but like the theme of like this, uh, from my understanding, I have not played Unconscious Mind. It's like kind of a dream world and a reality at the same time. Like that, the theme of that sounds interesting, but I don't know that the gameplay actually would necessarily do that. Um, or SETI, searching for the extraterrestrial intelligence. I mean, it's an interesting idea, but I don't know. Are you actually feeling that when you're playing? Maybe, maybe not. Do I feel like I'm in the Lord of the Rings trick-taking game? Or do I feel like I'm playing the crew with the Lord of the Rings slapped on it?
That's true. That's true. Do you feel like you're Lord of the Rings dueling? Or are you just playing Seven Wonders duel?
It is funny that they've got two Lord of the Rings ones on here. Uh, so I don't know if that's going to help those or hurt those. But the ones I have played are the Lord of the Rings Duel for Middle Earth and Let's Go to Japan. I think they're both pretty good games. I don't know that I would say like either one made me like, oh, that is really thematic.
Yeah.
Um, they're cool themes. Like I like the idea of let's go to Japan. And I like the Lord of the Rings. I have been looking for a Lord of the Rings game, so I do like those themes, but when playing them, neither time felt like that's what I was actually doing. Let's go to Japan. I felt like I was getting symbols in certain spots.
Yeah.
And Lord of the Rings Duel, I felt like I was creating wonders around the world.
Oh boy. So is
No.
this a tie here between you? I have played Let's Go to Japan. I thought it was cool enough, and I kind of think of it like scheduling events,
Yeah, I
which is
guess you
kind of
are
what we're doing.
scheduling, so I would agree. I would say then, I mean, I'd maybe put that one for thematic wise. I think I'd put that one ahead. Um, I don't know, like, when you rank it best, does it, like, if you haven't played all of them, can you start with one at like three? Like, say, like, I don't know that this, I have played it, and I think it's fair, but
That's
I don't know
true.
that I would ever, if I had played all these, that I would put it first, probably.
That's true. Any other games you rate will be considered higher than any ones that you don't rank. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter. They will
Oh,
be
okay.
considered higher. So it's kind of like
Okay, well then I guess, yeah, then probably put that
defeating the
one and
other
then
ones.
two.
And then two. So
But
I would agree on number one because that is the only one that I have.
I do have a copy of Rock Hard 1977, so we'll see if that one actually makes me feel like. I guess I'm not even sure. Is that part of the band or part of the crowd? One or the other. I'll have to see.
Oh, I'm opening that up. Okay, looks pretty cool. I could see that
I
one
like the
winning.
look of it. I
I
like
can
the
see
look
that.
of it.
And they put a lot into the production to match the theme, so hopefully. Then we move on to solo game of the year. We've got Seventh Citadel again, Civolution, Conservas, Forage, 9-card solitaire game, Gloomhaven Buttons and Bugs, I Napoleon, Imperium Horizons, Kingdom Legacy, Feudal Kingdom, Rome, Fate of an Empire, and Slay the Spire, the board game. I have played Conservas and Gloomhaven Buttons and Bugs. And what have you played?
I've just played Conservas solo. I have played Civolution as well, though, and there is a bit of multiplayer soloness to it, I would say, but I guess I have not officially played the solo mode.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think I would not typically a solo player, so it's hard for me to judge it. Like I would give credit to games that are going fully solo as long as they're still good, and I thought Conservus was pretty good. So
Yeah.
I think it'd be hard for me to say I'm going to put Civolution above it because I wouldn't typically play that solo.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think it's good for a solo game. But yeah,
Mm.
you've played Gloomhaven Buttons and Bugs, so I mean, do you think that would you put that significantly above Conservas?
think I liked both of them. Gloomhaven's Buttons the Bugs is just kind of more Gloomhaven. To where I'm like it's a lot easier to play that solo, kind of built towards a quick solo experience versus the earlier Gloomhaven games, trying to play multiple characters. So it is probably maybe the best version for solo play for Gloomhaven. Um, but I don't know. It just feels a little more fitting to vote for something like Concert of Us, which is a new game, a new system, and just something fresh versus Gloomhaven. Even though I think I prefer Gloomhaven Buttons and Bugs currently, and especially since you also have played only Concert of Us, I would say that we would vote best for Concert of Us. I probably pronounced that 5 different ways. And I'll throw in my thoughts here. Or Gloomhaven #2 here. Do we throw in Civolution? Do we give that? You feel like it's enough having played it at least once?
I think it's good. Well, we actually played it twice. That
Oh,
were
you played it twice.
back to back.
Okay, okay.
We could give it the three.
We'll give it the 3. Surely that won't decide it.
It was so close for solo game this year, and one person's vote changed it all.
It was this vote right here, captured on video. And we go to the print and play 52 rounds adventures, Cubes of Europe, Dangerous Space core set, Forge 9-card solitaire game, Grim World, Knight, Koala Rescue Club, and Rome Fate of an Empire. Haven't played any of these, haven't printed any games that I can remember of in a long time at least. So we will not have really anything to say about this category.
No, I feel like I've heard of a couple of these games. Like I think Rome, Fate of an Empire, and Forage.
Yeah,
Forage might be on Board Game Arena.
it's a pretty cool cover for
I like
Grim
that cover
World.
quite a bit. It actually makes me think of like an unmatched box.
Oh yeah, Red Riding Hood. Yeah, pretty cool. We will have to hopefully get at least one print and play for next year.
Yeah, let us know in the comments below out of these ones if there's one that if you've printed and played any of these, which one do you think is the best?
Yeah,
Um, yeah, maybe if you really think it's worth uh, the effort, because
yeah.
we've never done it. I guess otherwise suggestions also on your method of printing and playing. Do you go to like some place to print these off? Do you have your own printer? Because my printer always seems to eat up the ink in one print. Uh, no matter what it's printing, even if it's black and white. It's like, nope, I'm done. Need more ink. Like I just put $50 worth of ink in.
Just spilling out. And then we move on to a party game of the year. We have Caution Signs, Courtesans, Flip 7, The Gang, Justrudus, Hipster Bingo, Landmarks, Link City, Things and Rings, and Wilmot's Warehouse. I think you have The Gang. I have
I do
not
have the
played it.
game.
Have you played it?
I have not played it.
Oh boy.
Pepper, you gotta get up here. You gotta get up here so we can play that because no one knows how to play poker around here.
I don't know how to play poker. I,
You at least know what the hands are.
I do. I do know that. I don't know the
I was
rank.
playing Flip Town with Abby and Michaela, and both of them kept taking the rule book back and forth to see what the hands even were, what the options were. I'm like, oh boy, oh boy.
Wow.
I think I made a mistake getting the gang 'cause yeah. I'm hoping that that one will be good. I think Flip 7 is one that I've just heard a bunch of people talking about, but I have no idea what it is. I have not looked into it. Uh, maybe I should.
Score
So I
the
just,
cards in front of you or take another card, risking everything you hold. Don't flip the same number twice. Hmm. Simple. Kind of like maybe, what is the one? What's the pirate one? The Fister. Um,
oh,
Port Royal.
Port Royal, yeah.
Kind of making me think of that, trying to flip out
Yeah,
a bunch of cards, not bust, maybe.
yeah, I would agree. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, that could be fun. But again, no vote from us. I,
Wow, it's kind of surprising. I figured there'd be one and I'd be like, oh yeah, I got that one. Good. I've heard of a lot of these, but have not actually played any of them, um, which is kind of crazy. Usually they have one or two of them that we've played, but
yeah, yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. And then we are not moving on to the next one back, heavy game of the year. We're going back to the start. Two-player game of the year. We have to have one of these. Come on. Okay, Agent Avenue. Compile, main one. Dune, War for Arrakis. Flatiron, A Jest of Robin Hood. Ironwood. Kelp, Shark versus Octopus. King of Tokyo Duel, Lord of the Rings, Duel for Middle Earth. Star Wars Unlimited. And I have played one of these here. King of
I've
Tokyo
played
Duel.
th I've played three of them. Have Ironwood, but have not had a chance to play that one yet. Uh, but yeah, I played King of Tokyo Duel with you, and then Lord of the Rings Duel for Middle Earth, and also Flatiron, which I would probably say for me, I would put Lord of the Rings first because it's based off a game that I already really like. Um,
Yeah.
then I don't know. Flatiron, unfortunately, kind of let me down a little bit.
Yeah.
We only played it the one time, and then just because it kind of let me down of what I was hoping for, because it comes from the same people I think that made like the Red Cathedral, White Castle. I don't think it was like bad or anything. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. I don't want to play this again. It was just like, eh, average kind of thing. So it just wasn't inspiring, unfortunately. But maybe if I played it again, I'd be like, oh, you know what? I actually see more in it than I initially did. Um,
Yeah.
but so I maybe put that one third and put King of Tokyo Duel second. Is kind
Uh,
of what I would think. But
yeah,
what would
okay.
you think, Pepper? Do you really love King of Tokyo Duel?
I do really love King of Tokyo Duel. I played it a bunch more just recently, and I think it does for King of Tokyo what Seven Wonders Duel did for Seven Wonders for me at least, and gives me the definitive way that I want to play the game. And I was ready to, if you did put it third, to use my influence to move it up to second. But now that you put it second, I'm like, I don't know if I can quite push it to the number one spot and dethrone a game that is based on Seven Wonders Duel that I do absolutely adore. So I think I'm happy with it in this ranking here, but definitely check out King of Tokyo Duel. It's on Board Game Arena, the website where you can play board games, and it's a really awesome implementation and awesome re-implementation of the King of Tokyo system.
Yeah, I would agree. But there's also Yahtzee on Board Game Arena if you don't want to play King of Tokyo but want a similar feel.
That is true. That is true. And I think they have the original King of Tokyo on there as well. You can get all of that. But I think Yahtzee and King of Tokyo Duel, they use a different system. So you roll the dice and then
Oh
you
yeah.
select the ones. In Yahtzee, you select the ones you want to roll again. In King of Tokyo Duel, you select the ones you don't want to roll. You're saving them. And I'm like, why is it two different ways of doing it for identical mechanisms that just cause confusion?
Yes, now that you say that, I do remember that the first time. I remember I rolled the things I didn't want to, and I was like, my gosh, I just messed up huge. I think I had like a really good roll too, and then that just totally messed it up. I'm like, wow, this system.
It's one of the benefits of playing in person is you usually won't
You
do
probably
that.
wouldn't make that mistake.
And we are moving on to artwork and presentation, which we should be able to have some thoughts, even though we haven't played all of these games. But we've probably played more of these games than any of the other categories
Oh
combined.
boy, it's looking like it. It's looking like we got some finally.
We
Maybe we
got,
played some more than one or two of these games.
yes, we have arcs again, a lot of nominations there. Fellowship of the Ring, Trick-Taking Game, Fromage, Harmonies, Kelp, Let's Go to Japan, Lord of the Rings, Seven Wonders Duel, SETI, Unconscious Mind, Wondrous Creatures, and Wormspan. Oh boy, so we have played or own Fromage, Harmonies, Let's Go to Japan, Lord of the Rings Duel. You don't own Unconscious Mind?
No.
Okay. Wondrous Creatures and Wormspan. So it's like about half the category. Ooh, that's
Yeah. It's also that's a really tough category to put artwork and presentation. Like, I don't know what exactly that's like. Is that, would you say that's the whole production?
I would
Like
think
production, would you
so.
say that's production value?
I would think so. I would think even the
Or maybe
wooden.
not production value, but just production, I guess.
It's Harmonies. I mean, we weren't big fans of the game, but it does have a
Mm.
lot of cool pieces in it. Japan also, ton of cards here. And those are upgraded bits. Those don't come in the game. And a lot of cards with a lot of great artwork.
Yeah.
Some tokens.
Yeah, I'd kind of guess that all the token pieces are probably cardboard,
Yep. Yep.
which nothing wrong with that, but if we're going for best artwork presentation. Oh man. Oh, this is mine, Pepper. You gotta bump that up. Bump that up to a 10.
Bump that up to this is yours. What do you have it rated? And only a 9. He wants it a 10?
It deserves it. Look at that artwork production.
Or did he mean put it 10th in this ranking? I think that's what he meant.
Wow, wow, wow.
Okay, so this one we got, I guess I don't even know what versions are what and what's official. So
I
you have
think it would be cardboard if you. So I
the
got
regular
the. I
version.
think it was like deluxe version. So I guess that's part of it too. Are we counting the deluxe versions? Are we counting? I think you probably still get those things in either version, but
Yeah,
some of the wooden pieces
it's a pretty cool
turn to
production.
cardboard.
I think
Now
some
this one overall
label.
was pretty solid.
Yeah, and what else? Middle Earth stuff. Great cover. Pretty good meeples. Pretty
If I
good.
remember right, I did not love the insert.
Inserts no good. Oh,
I thought it was going to be, but then I feel like I remember this one not being great. Like when I ended up, I think.
yeah.
Maybe I'm misremembering.
Artwork's pretty good.
Yeah, I like the artwork. which is shocking because I don't always love the artwork from
Oh, yeah.
Detroit. Ooh,
Wondrous creatures. Ooh, that has a lot of. Got these meeples that have magnetic magnets under their legs, and they actually go onto this. I was going to say robot. This creature, this wondrous creature, and kind of
robot.
ride them.
It's robots.
It's
Beep boop beep. This wondrous robot.
just amazing meeples and very colorful, kind of world and board. Some great tokens. The tiles have kind of detailed, textured kind of edges, so they're not just flat tiles. I think that's a really awesome detail. Just extra thing. And then the cards also have great artwork.
Hmm.
Then we go on to Wormspan, which has speckled eggs in the base game.
I
Is that
think so.
okay? Oh, yep. Some speckled eggs, some kind of shiny, scaly silver coins, and like Wingspan before, a bunch of unique artwork for the birds slash dragons. You've probably played more of these in person. I have played Wondrous Creatures in person. I think that's it, and I think that's the vote that I would give number one to.
I would also give that one number one. I thought that was a pretty perfect production. Um, yeah, I guess I don't know. Are we ranking the other one since you can kind of just look at pictures of it, or are we only doing ones we've actually
Um,
played?
Maybe just the ones we've played.
Okay.
Maybe. Uh, let's see, what do we got here? Steady. Yeah, it's not that inspiring, but I mean the pieces look good. The pieces are good.
They do look good.
Unconscious Mind, I think, is going to be focused heavily on the artwork. Um, Pieces are good too.
Pretty solid.
Okay. Kelp. Okay, those dice. Those dice are pretty nice. Deluxe hand-sized coin. Deluxe pieces here. Prototype. But I mean, it's got to look at least equally cool.
I would hope.
Okay, that's a Lego
That's a
shark.
Lego shark.
And what else? Okay, this one and arts. I guess I'm just mainly going to be the artwork, which is a really cool kind of stained glass style.
Yeah, it's crazy. That one actually does a really good job with doing very little, just being a card game, pretty much.
Yeah. And what does arts have for us? A lot of stuff, a lot of cards, a lot of pieces, a lot of dice. Also very nice.
Yeah, pretty nice. I don't know that I love the look of the board.
Yeah, eh, it's
It's not the
interesting.
worst. It's not the
Different.
worst, but it's, I don't know.
Yeah. So we have Wondrous Creatures as number one. What's the next here?
I'm gonna say it's maybe more of a personal choice. I'm gonna put Fromage number two.
Okay, I think it's got that board is pretty awesome. So I'm okay with that one.
Yeah, I think that one's a pretty good one. And then yeah, like I said, didn't love the game Harmonies, but it looks like it's not too bad on the table.
Yeah.
That hasn't made me actually go out and get it, but um, I'd maybe be willing to put that number three. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. It's got a lot of cool pieces. It's definitely one of the parts that does still draw me into it is the uh, production. So I'm okay with that one.
Yeah, it's getting tough because I feel like all of them have like their own kind of things. Like I
Mm.
would compare Let's Go to Japan and Fellowship of the Ring, maybe put them in a similar boat because I feel like a
Yeah.
pretty card heavy, but I do like the artwork on all the cards and maybe even throw the other Lord of the Rings one in there. Kind of all similar.
Mm.
I'd maybe put the dual Lord of the Rings above those two.
Okay. Yeah. So then that would be above those. Do you think those are the next up of the bunch?
Ooh, that's tough. 'Cause yeah, unfortunately, I have not played these, so whether or not I should be rating them. From what we saw, though, I would maybe put. I did like the look of some of the stuff in Unconscious Mind a decent amount. I like the wooden pieces in that one.
And is
Um,
Wormspan being hurt because there is a wingspan?
I think Wormspan is being hurt a little bit, and I think I still did not love the artwork. It's personal preference. Um, it just to me has actually been a while since I played it, so maybe I'd go back to it with fresh eyes. But if I remember right, like the cover kind of is like almost more colorful than everything else in the game. Um, for card artwork. It is a cool look, and I don't know that we get a lot of it. Um, it just didn't hit for me for some reason. I feel like maybe I wanted a bit more color in there,
Yeah.
especially with like dragons. It just felt like something you could have really made a really nice,
Yeah.
very colorful, and I didn't get that from it. Um,
Mhm.
but it's probably my personal opinion of it is hurting it a little bit more than maybe some other people that would really love the artwork. Because
Yeah.
I think the production is good. The eggs are really good. But I guess the rest of them are just kind of the cardboard tokens. Don't know that they were anything special. You could get upgraded bits, which were really nice, but um, yeah, maybe because of those eggs, and it still is decent artwork. Maybe I'd put that in Unconscious Mind at
Four,
what would it be
four
at
piece.
fours or fives?
It'd be at fourth would be the next one. So tied at fourth there.
Yeah,
So then sixth would be, I mean, I don't know how it takes this into account, but would be six. Do you think six then was dual, you were thinking?
probably.
And then kind of a tie for the
Maybe
other.
six is dual, and then seventh is maybe SETI. Let's go to
Oh,
Japan and Fellowship.
oh, yep.
Would you agree with that, or did you really like what Arcs or Kelp had? Would you add the
I thought the kelp dice, it didn't have that much to it, but I'd throw it into the seven bunch.
okay? Yeah, I am fine with that.
And then we'll have arcs. We'll have that too. But
Wow.
still good looking.
Yeah.
So there is our definitive ranking. Games we barely looked at. And then let's see if we have as many played in the cooperative uh,
Let's hope
category.
Sky Team's on here again, baby.
Wow, snubbed. We have Seventh Citadel, Hegemonia, Bomb Busters, Dead Cells, Fate Forge, Fellowship of the Ring, The Gang, Leviathan Wilds, Primal the Awakening, Slay the Spire, Tidal Blades 2, and Wilmot's Warehouse. Did we play Leviathan Wilds? No.
I don't believe so.
There's something on Board Game Arena that we played that is not this. I don't think we played any of these games.
I think Dead Cells is on Board Game Arena, but we have not played it. I've heard a lot of good things about Bomb Busters. A lot of people like that one. Um, I think I just saw Age of Monia the other day, and it was on a sale for like 150, $175 or something, and it sold out. So I'm like, oh boy, I don't know if that one's harder to get. But
Hmm.
yeah, I
So
think that was a bigger game.
yeah.
Slay the Spire, heard some really good things about. Um, but
Hmm.
yeah, have not actually tried
Nothing
any of
there.
these, unfortunately.
Oh, we would have had one.
It's
Oh,
crazy. I mean, I'm interested in a lot of these. Interested in the Fate Forge one as well. Interested in the Fellowship of the Ring trick taking game. Um, obviously, have the gang. I think I've heard things about Leviathan Wilds as well. I don't know anything about Wilmot's Warehouse, what that even
it just
is.
makes me think of Wallace and Gromit, and you're a big fan of that movie, so I'm like, you better be interested in this. It's like both their names together. Products
Wow,
in the warehouse, telling a story to remember where to find them. Okay, so a little mnemonic
interesting.
device type of memory, maybe. Could be cool.
That could be good.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah, I actually knew nothing about that one, and yeah, maybe I'll have to look into that one some more. I don't know that
yeah.
I've heard that much about that one, but maybe people are talking about it. I just haven't been seeing it.
Busters. Diffuse bombs, deducing, cutting unseen wires of different values. Hmm. Bomb diffusion is a pretty cool theme.
It
Need more
is.
games. We need a Sky Team sequel or expansion that puts a bomb on that plane.
Oh boy,
Liam Neeson up there trying to save the day.
Liam Neeson.
Non-stop
Wow,
expansion. It's an underrated movie. Although I don't even know. I don't know. Have you seen that one?
which one?
The one where Liam Neeson, he's up in a plane and there's a bomb or something and
I
he's
think so.
framed for doing
Yeah,
something
what is it? And then he's like on the
messages.
cell phone the whole time
Yeah.
and trying to figure out who's texting, who's doing it. Yeah, I have seen that one, but I don't remember what it's called.
Non-stop is the name.
Nonstop.
I think. It's kind of the first of this new era of taken on a plane, taken on a train, taken on a snowmobile, something like that. But go watch it and then make the expansion for uh, Sky Team. Speaking of expansions, perfect segue. We are going to the expansion section. We don't always get expansions, or at least get them played for the games that we have. We have an Arcs expansion, an Expeditions expansion, Forest Shuffle, another Forest Shuffle, Gaia Project, Lost Fleet, Heat, Heavy Rain, Obsession, Characters Expansion, Sky Team, Turbulence, Terraforming Mars, Prelude 2, Preludier, and the White Castle Matcha. I don't think we've played Turbulence.
I don't think we have.
Wow, we really should have. Then we could have.
Or Heavy Rain.
Or Heavy Rain. I'm like, I have to have had
Is
something
that one
from one of
on
those.
Board Game Arena?
I think it might be, but I might be mixing it up with the Sky Team.
I know they seem somehow similar. Actually, I have a copy of Expeditions one of the Forest Shuffle ones, Heat, Heavy Rain, Obsession Character Expansion, and Terraforming Mars Prelude 2, and have not played any of them.
You have, yeah, you have what ones? All of them? Wow.
I've got the Expedition Gears of Corruption, and then I believe the Shuffle Alpine, I believe is the one that I've got.
Okay.
Heat, Heavy Rain, Obsession Character Expansion, Sky Team Turbulence, and the Terraform, or not, do not have Sky Team Turbulence, Terraforming Mars Prelude 2.
Okay, so I assume you also have Forest Shuffle and Heat. This is brand. No, I think I knew that. Okay, so a lot of them and a lot
But
to
the
be played.
Obsession, okay, we did not play with the character expansion, but we did get the metal coins from them and played with the metal coins, and I will say, those would have been a 1 if we're
Okay,
counting
so
it.
we will put Obsession. We will put that number one.
And I think I got
Cool.
along when I ordered the Prelude 2. Maybe we did use Prelude 2 cards. We might have used some of them. I don't remember. Um, but I know I got the cap pieces to my Terraforming Big Box pieces, and I did use those, and those are also really cool. So that's also one.
There we go. Oh, that's also one. Okay. Tied for best. I mean, that's all you
Great,
need in your
great
expansion.
stuff.
And I
Even
was,
though I don't know that those are technically with those expansions, but
there you go. It's
I'm,
official. It's official. And I guess I don't know if it changed the screen on here, but I went to a different window, was looking at Board Game Arena, and it looks like the Heavy Rain expansion is on Board Game Arena. So we
we
will
will be
have to,
playing that right after
we'll
this
have to
because
be
I
trying
have to
both of them.
prepare. I have to prepare in case I get far in the World Series of Board Gaming and I need to play Heat
Into
because
the
I've never won.
green. Yes. So we had to play both of those bad weather expansions for Heat and Sky Team. And then on to most innovative. Is Sky Team here? Nope. We got Arcs, Bomb Bust. They should sweep for years and years. Sky Team should sweep. We've got Arcs, Bomb Busters, City of Six Moons, which that has me interested. All these games that are just only mentioned in this category and nowhere else.
I would
Just
agree.
feels special for some reason. Fishing, fromage, the gang, let's go to Japan, Monkey Palace, SETI, and Wilmot's Warehouse. I have played Let's Go to Japan, Fromage, and Monkey Palace. Ooh,
I agree. I've played all of those, and I'd probably put them in the order of Fromage, Monkey Palace, and Let's Go to Japan. Let's Go to Japan kind of felt like similar to things, sort of similar to things I've done before. Fromage also is kind of similar, but I think it does it a little bit differently. And I guess Monkey Palace, maybe Monkey Palace should be number one. That is different, but it is also just like an engine building game.
yeah, but it's a very approachable one and using Legos. Does that count as innovative? Kind of reaching into Lego. 'Cause I'm
It's
like, I don't
true.
know, is Fromage like mechanically innovative or is it just the way it is represented with the cooldown system? Like Obsession, you use a worker, you put it on a track and it moves. This one, you just put it on the board rotates, which is innovative. But it's just kind of representing the same
So
thing. But
would you
it
put
also does.
Planet would Planet Unknown go in innovative?
Oh, of course it would. I don't know if that would. Probably not. But it also does grant you access to the location for Fromage. So you're, I
So
think,
every one in four times, you're only going to be able to go to that specific location.
yep. And then you take the ones from it and you place them anywhere, right? Or do you have to place them where they are? That
So
doesn't.
you
Oh,
have
yeah,
to
you take
place
the
in the
ones
section.
opposite from you. That's right.
You, you take the ones that are pointing back at you
That's right.
because, yeah, depending on the cheese, it's more or less aged. They'll be pointing back at you at a certain point in time. So yeah, you might get them, yeah,
Yeah.
just whenever they're pointing back at you, and then you can place in just the sector you're in.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know if any of them like scream like, "Oh, this is really something."
Yeah, that's just it. I don't. All three of them, I wouldn't necessarily say any of them. Like if I was like trying to list off the five most innovative board games or board games I thought were most innovative, I don't think any of those three would immediately come to my mind.
A game from an alien civilization. Once you decipher the rules, what will you find? Interesting, interesting. It's got me interested. I would, for a blind vote, what does this have? Civilization, science fiction.
Yeah, I have not heard of this one.
So yeah, those look like very different types of games, all these ones. I would say probably if we played more of those, one of them would win most innovative.
Hmm.
Uh, but there's nice little twists in the ones we have. So
I think that's a tough award.
yeah, for sure. So many things have been done. Uh, at a certain point, just a player color is what it's going to take to become most innovative because everything will be done. And we move on to a light game of the year. Ooh, Captain Flip still? Oh my goodness. We got Bomb Busters, Captain Flip, Castle Combo, Cities, Fishing, Flip 7, The Gang, Mlem, Space Agency, Rebirth, and River Valley Glassworks, of which I have played River Valley Glassworks, um, Castle Combo, and Captain Flip.
I have played those three along with Cities, and then own Rebirth, but have not gotten them to the table yet. And
Uh,
the gang, obviously, have not either.
of my three, I would put River Valley Glassworks third. I would put it my least favorite and possibly least inviting and light of the three as well.
I don't know if I'd say least light, but well, yeah, I guess
Out of my
out of those three, yes, probably I would agree. And probably even cities would probably be out of the four that I've played is probably the least light. But I think I would also agree that I would put that last on mine. I think we can put that at four.
yeah, still good, but
You probably liked it more than I did.
yeah. Then I have not played Cities, but I mean it's really close for me between Captain Flip and Castle Combo. I'm like, okay, Captain Flip is just so approachable. You just sit down, play it in like 4 minutes, and it's really awesome. And I'm like, okay, that's like go-to light, approachable game. And I'm like, Castle Combo, it can't hold up. And then I play Castle Combo, and I'm like, my goodness, that is just as good, and maybe just a little longer, a little more to chew on with the different cards and trying to build out your 3x3 grid. But it's equally good for me. I'm good with either of those. And obviously, I don't know Cities. What were your thoughts on Cities and how it
Yeah,
compared?
yeah, it's gonna be tough. I'm gonna be interested to see what they have in like the medium weight, because yeah, I guess I don't know how they determine which ones go in which, but I would have maybe put cities in medium, and that's why I maybe would let that one go to third, just because I don't know that I would put that one as light game of the year. It is still very light. It's just a drafting game. You're picking from the four different areas on the board, so it is very light. But so yeah, I probably would say it was light, but I guess I don't know. I guess it depends who these awards are for. If
Yeah.
I'm looking at light, when I think of light game of the year, I'm thinking, okay, this is a family game, and it could be. It could be. I don't disagree that it could be in this, but I think it could also be in the medium
Oh, yeah.
potentially.
Yep.
Um, and that's where I personally highly prefer Castle Combo over Captain Flip. Uh, So I'd put it 1-2. But if I'm going light game of the year, Captain Flip is, I think, the lightest, and probably fits it the best. So I might be willing to go 1-1 for you.
Let's see. Yeah, I would think possibly 1-1. I think in the long run, I'm probably gonna like Castle Combo more. Um, but yeah, just the category, trying to think of what fits the category. Guess what is it? I'm trying to think if it says just your favorite in the category. Um, yeah, I'd probably just go 1-1 just to, because I don't think it gets much more approachable than Captain Flip. It's an extremely simple rule set and quick play time. So if that is a factor, I think that does win out. But actual gameplay, I think I do enjoy just a little more Castle Combo. Uh, So we'll go with that. And then medium, let's see what is in medium game of the year. Ooh, Endeavor, Deep Sea. Well,
Okay, so now that I'm saying these ones, I will say I think that was the right place for cities. Sorry.
okay. Okay. Fellowship of the Ring again in pretty much every category. Fromage, Harmonies, Let's Go to Japan, Lord of the Rings, A Duel, River of Gold, Slay the Spire, Windmill Valley, and Wormspan. Played Fromage, Harmonies, Let's Go to Japan, and River of Gold.
I can't remember what was in for production, but River of Gold, I'm surprised did not get the nod for production. Um, 'Cause, yeah, I think that was a pretty good one.
Doesn't Windmill
Uh,
Valley look pretty good too?
yeah, that's pretty solid. So, yeah, I don't know. Uh, I guess I cannot complain because I did not nominate anything. So it is what it is. But I am just a little surprised, at least for River of Gold personally. Now
Mhm.
that I see it, now that I see that one, I'm like, oh yeah. But who knows? You never know what you know. I probably would have forgot about it as well. So um,
Ooh, what?
yes. So do we got? I got Fromage, Harmony. Let's go to Japan. Duel, River of Gold. I played Windmill Valley and Worms Fan. You have not played which ones
I have
of
not
those?
played Wormspan or Windmill Valley or the Lord of the Rings duel. But combined, we have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven here. So what is getting seventh place? I would have Harmonies of as my least for my group. Is that
I
agree?
would agree. I feel like we have to go back to that one. There's just so much love for that game, and I we played it the one time, and I didn't get it. I know people are like, "Oh, this kills Cascadia and stuff," and I'm like, I can see kind of the similarities, but I'm like, I don't know how you could compare it to Cascadia and think that it's better. I don't get that, but maybe missed something with our play or
I
something.
think
I don't know.
Cascadia just gets the perfect level of crunch for those kind of games,
Probably.
that pattern building. I feel like this one and kind of Calico, people talk about it, just gets very analysis paralysis for someone like me. It's just like, ooh, I don't know. Goes a little too deep into that, but
Yeah,
Cascadia
maybe that's what it is.
is perfect. Next up of the three that I've played from Osh, Let's Go to Japan and River of Gold, I would have Let's Go to Japan as last of those three.
Yeah, I probably would as well. Although I will say that one was one that I was probably pretty hyped about in my head, so um, that probably hits it harder than maybe some other ones, because I was really hoping that that would be like an all-time great for me,
Mm.
and it probably ended up somewhere, you know, one of my many seven games of like, oh yeah, if someone wants to play it, I definitely am willing and wanting to play it, but it's not one that I'm always thinking about and being like, I gotta get that back to the table. So yeah, it'd probably be number six.
That'd be six. No, nothing else sneaking in between it that I haven't played.
Um, hmm, no, I think I liked all the other ones a little bit more at least.
And then I'm left with Fromage and River of Gold. I I like both of them. I played Fromage, I think more recently than River of Gold. I loved River of Gold when I first played it. Haven't played it in a long time. I'm like, then I really only think of the bad things. The one nitpick of one card. I'm like, it was just too much work to play that card where you had to pay the resources and all that and spend a die. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Hard time getting up those tracks.
Hard times, hard
What
times.
times? And I think of Fromage and I'm like, that's got some cool rotating board things. So I think Fromage might be higher up for me at the moment, just in my mind, but they're pretty close.
I think for me, Fromage is number one outright. Right as of right now, that River of Gold is one that I have to get back to some more. Um, but yeah, after that, I'd maybe currently ooh, put maybe River of Gold at two,
Okay.
and then I think I'd have to say the other ones are all kind of tied. It just depends. They're all such different experiences, but they're all pretty solid. Um, so yeah, I think it'd just depend what I was feeling at the time. Like the worst part for Wormspan is in my head, like I said, got Wingspan, and now this year we got Finspan, and I have to say Wormspan's probably number three out of three for me. Um, this is what it is,
Yeah.
but still a good game. And definitely, I think the heaviest of the three.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But I am excited actually about those other three that are left in here. So maybe maybe medium games are maybe where I'm at right now because we do have Endeavor Age of Sail, which I like quite a bit, and that's the reason why I did not get this one. But I think people have really been loving this, and I guess I don't know if I've seen too many like comparisons to Age of Sail, and whether this one is better. Now I don't remember. Is this one cooperative,
This
or was there maybe a cooperative mode?
lead your research institute to explore ocean depths. Cooperative game. They must have a cooperative mode in there, at least.
I can't remember because I thought at first it wasn't, and then yeah, maybe it was a mode or maybe it's fully cooperative. I don't remember, but I am interested in it. Uh, Usually like what Burnt Island Games puts out, and then yeah, trick taking game. Like I said, always looking for a Lord of the Rings game, and then actually Slay the Spire has had me interested. I've never played Slay the Spire, but this one's gotten a lot of love too.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm surprised you played as many games here. Usually you go for the heavy game. I'm interested. What are in the heavy games here?
I know, yeah, I some of those I would say on the edge there,
Like
but
windmill has
personally,
to be heavier of these three. Like that doesn't seem like
yeah,
of what I think it is. Shouldn't be in the same category as like Lord of the Rings, which is Seven Wonders Duel, maybe a little heavier version of it, or
I would agree. Like I would have maybe
taking
put
game.
Windmill Valley and Wormspan in the next one, but
We need like five levels of heavy here. But
medium heavy.
yes, medium heavy. Going to heavy. Game of the Year. Andromeda's Edge. Arcs. Black Forest. Civolution. Ezra Nehemiah. Inventions, Evolution of Ideas. Inventors of the South Tigris. Mennefer. SETI. And Unconscious Mind. I have played none of these games. Uh,
Pepper.
None of them. Not a
I
single
have
one.
played Andromeda's Edge, Civolution, Ezra and Nehemiah, and also
Have you played Inventors?
no, that's the third one, right?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
have not played. I have not gotten that one to the table yet, unfortunately. So it was between I was between playing Civolution or Inventor. So one of those two was going to get played, and the other one was not. And I have been interested in this one, but
Cool.
I've got so many unplayed medium heavyweight Euro games that I'm like, can I really put another one on that shelf of shame?
Ooh, looks cool. Looks cool. I was thinking, is this a T game? It is not, but I like it. Tempted. So you have played Andromeda's Edge, Civolution, and Ezra Nehemiah. Not as many as I would have thought. Once I saw Andromeda's Edge, I'm like, oh, he's playing all 10 of these. Just three.
Yeah, no, like I said, I'd be interested in playing Arcs. I don't know that I would want to play Arcs maybe more than once from the sounds of what it is. But it's one of those that I'd like to maybe experience at some point. Black Forest, I believe, is like the what was his other game? This is Uwe, right?
Oh, oh,
I think this is totally blanking on Glass Road. It says they're
oh.
a re-implemented version of Glass Road where you got like this little resource dial thing. Um, which I have played Glass Road once. I thought it was average, so that's probably what's kept me off of this one. Otherwise, I really like the title Black Forest. That had me very interested, but I saw it was just a reimplementation, or it's probably got changes. It's probably not like straight for piece for piece, but it kind of was like, maybe
Mm.
not. And then Civolution got that played. Inventions is that Vitel Lacerda?
It
That'll
looks
probably
like.
explain that. Uh,
Yes.
I've not played any of his games yet. Hoping to play on Mars. But yeah, oh boy. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Looks good. Looks like something I would like, but also, for my knowledge of him, very heavy. Inventors, I'm shocked I have not gotten to the table yet. But
Rated.
I will say, even for me, I'm a little scared.
Oh,
That's Garfield Games we're talking. I'm scared of it.
4.36. Oh, my.
I am a little scared, I will say.
Okay.
But hoping to get that played. I do own this one, so I'm hoping to get that one played. And then last, yeah, like I said, Manefra is interesting. Setting Unconscious Mind, I don't know why. Yeah, those ones seem like ones I should play, and I just haven't.
Hmm.
These have gotten a lot of praise, especially SETI. Is that in the top 100 yet? Because
Oh, 80. Wow.
I was gonna say I wouldn't be shocked if this one's in the top 100 for how much I see, and yeah, maybe I'm totally wrong. I gotta get this played, maybe. Unconscious Mind, though, that can't be in the top 100.
That can't.
But I think the Dice Tower's copy is missing all the pieces. I think someone just left the box. Wow, people.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. My most interest, I mean, I love Dwellings of Eldervale, so Andromeda's Edge has to be near the top for me for interest. I like Uwe Rosenberg games, so Black Forest is probably up there for me. Ezra, what's the level of difficult? 3.84, that's manageable. And then Man Nefer was pretty cool looking as well. So those are kind of the ones that I'd be interested in the most of the bunch, but obviously I haven't played them. So my rating doesn't matter. What is your rating of the top three
What do
that
you think I would rate those three?
you've really liked Andromeda's Edge that you have played of it? You played that quite a bit, actually. Um, I
No,
was,
we actually only played it 2 times, two or
it's
three
true.
times.
But
We
that
just
was
kept it on the table, kept it
that's
set up because it was such a uh, bear to set up.
Oh boy. I guess I could look at your ratings on here. This is your login. Civolution, that one is a mystery. To me, I don't remember exactly
Evolution of the Mist.
what you said about it. Probably a bit heavy, but you probably liked it. Maybe thought, with more plays, it could be your favorite of his games. Ezra Nehemiah, think was probably pretty good. I think you put Andromeda's Edge number one. Then I'd say it's about a tie for the other two for you.
I actually put Ezra and Nehemiah number one.
Okay.
I actually liked that one the best. It was the most approachable, I think, out of the three. So it is. I don't know if that's really fair for heavy game of the year to say the lightest one. The one that I felt was the lightest was the one that I liked the most. And then I will say Civolution. I liked it, but I don't know that I loved it. Uh, Unfortunately, I was really hoping to love it. That was another one with high expectations. So I probably put that at number three, and then Andromeda's Edge at number two. I don't know that I love it as much as you made it sound like I did, but I did like it. It has some cool stuff, but fortunately, I'd probably actually rather have Dwellings of Eldervale.
Okay. Okay. I'm
So,
okay with that. I love dwellings.
so yeah, I don't know. I even asked Mikhail, "Oh, do you think we should sell this copy?" She's like, "I thought you liked it." And I'm like, "I do like it. I just would probably rather play Dwellings, and it's just such a bear to set up."
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But
That's although she's questioning you, it's making me think that she might really like Andromeda's Edge. She has been known to like heavy space Euros.
that is true. But
And that
yeah,
is
I think
all
that's
of them.
everything we've got there over the
What's
course of almost 2 hours.
what's your overall game of the year? So we
Game of the
have
year of these
a
ones that we
Quetzal
have.
combo for you, Fromage, and Ezra Nehemiah. Those
Wow.
three. Those three. I guess I could look. What's the advanced?
It is interesting because I wonder what our lists actually were because we do our top 10 games of the year that we new to us games. So it would be interesting to see what we actually I don't remember what we had. So you guys can go check that out. I don't remember what I had, but I wonder if any of those were on there. Fromage might have been on there um,
Let's see.
for me.
2024 games that you have played. See if they missed anything. It looks like they had all those on there. Played or owned.
Ooh, I don't even have Civilization ranked yet.
Oh boy.
I was trying to catch up. I was way behind on my collection. We recently moved some stuff, so I'm like, okay, I gotta actually put all my stuff that I've done um, in there. But ooh,
High
Skyrise.
Rise is in there. Ooh, yeah, that'd be right at the top for me.
I'm surprised that wasn't in there for production. Oh, Wondrous Creatures though. Wondrous Cre. Ooh, even though I gave that a nine. Oh, oh,
Whoa.
that and Fromage.
Yeah,
What?
okay.
Since
Wondrous.
Fromage was in there, I'll say Fromage. But Wondrous Creatures, I really liked. I really liked that one a lot.
Yeah, that one is a really good one. I think I'd probably go with Skyrise. Now that I see that, I think that was right near the top when we did our top of the year. Um, and I don't know how many I've actually played from the actual year. Other than that, so
Yeah, we kind of catch up on games. We don't really get sent many games, so we don't usually always have the necessarily the things from the year. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
just rate what we got.
Right?
Fractured Sky was also a great production. How would that not
Yeah,
get down? Oh boy, that was
absolutely.
a great one. I gotta shout that out. I didn't even get that myself.
He's never even seen it, but he knows.
But yeah, those were our 2 hours worth of rankings. Let us know in the comments below what you would pick, what we are missing out on, what we need to go back and revisit, maybe get a copy ourselves and play, because there are a decent amount of them on there that we obviously have not played, and some on there like multiple times that we haven't played. So maybe those are the first ones we need to look at. But yeah, if we get some confirmations in the comments below that, yes, check out Bomb Busters. It'll make it feel like it's worth our time to do that. But yeah, otherwise, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to see future content like this. Give us a like if you made it this far. And as always, don't forget to keep on nibbling on our content.